It's that time. Drinks with Deedee.
And John.
Love you.
Love you.
Ow.
Fingers.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm in Pilgrim's Progress.
No, instead of Pilgrim's hat, it's like Scrooge. It's like turn of the century, like Charles Dickens hat.
Oh, Scrooge, that's better.
Yeah.
Weren't they Puritans? Weren't they like Pilgrims?
No, they were English.
No. I mean the Charles Dickens. But isn't this what they wore?
Yeah.
What did we just watch? We just watched something in the a documentary.
Those were big Pilgrim's hats. They didn't look like top hats with a holly on it.
But the some they're like bent, right? Who wore a hat like that? Somebody wore a.
During Scrooge time.
It's always Scrooge time somewhere. Sadly.
Watch that show and everybody's got those hats on. Just saying. And even Downton Abbey, which we just finished, they would wear hats like that too.
You know what's so bad about finding a television show you really like is that eventually it's done. We weren't ready for Downton Abbey to be done. And then, get this, I know we talked about this before with Ian, who we met in Liverpool. And then we realized, oh my gosh, this is the guy from Downton Abbey. Well, another show that we watch is Silo. And he's the dad. He's one of the leads in Silo. And I didn't put that together either. Shame on me. But in real life, he's Scottish. I can't do it. But he's kind of like who was it? Fat bastard. He doesn't look like that.
He does not sound
But no, he talks late. That's right. He's in there. He's all into this stuff like that. And it's good to see you, John. Oh, fine. But on these other shows, well, Downton Abbey, he is very distinguished Brit. But on Silo, he sounds like you and me, but not like you.
What's that mean?
It means nobody sounds like you.
Well, so what? That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Call a lawyer and sue me. Sue me. So anyway, it's I don't know if it's more embarrassing or for somebody who does. How can I put this? Whenever I see somebody that I think I may know, I don't know if I know them or if I've just seen them in the movies or on television, and some part of me doesn't want to ask, and I don't know why. I don't want to come up and say, do we know each other? You
don't want to do it because they do it to you all the time.
I get that all.
They usually know who you are.
Well, this gentleman, I thought that we had worked together. And we haven't. Oh, I've said that. Maybe we have. I don't know. It's been a long life.
So
it's been a long life.
From something, and then we figured it out.
We figured it out.
How the fingers doing?
Well, they're here.
So, unless you all been living
under a rock somewhere,
or you don't pay attention at all, but if you're watching a podcast, you probably do, and thank you for that.
I'm going to take this off now.
Yeah, we had a little bit of drama. Well, I might as well just do the question.
We had a little bit. Okay.
I like doing it earlier than later. So, to win this hat, we do a hat giveaway.
It's too early to do it late.
Right. So, we're doing it super early. I love this hat. It's cute. It's festive. And it looks good on John.
You say that every week. You love this hat. You wouldn't have it if you didn't love it.
Yeah, the hats I pick out are wonderful for a reason. This one is festive. It actually fits John. And the question...
Got to kind of tug it down a little bit, but...
The question's easy this week.
Don't say that, because if I don't know the answer, which I never do, I'm going to feel stupid.
What state in America makes the most maple syrup? What state produces the most maple syrup in our country? See, easy. You'll figure it out.
Well, somebody answered that already.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's Christmas. It's time to give gifts and be nice and things like that.
Oh, you're going to be nice now. You're always nice. Unless...
I'm not.
Unless somebody's giving us a runaround with the bank or something.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, baking when you're dealing with other countries isn't always as easy because they're in another country.
No, there's a common denominator. It's not the other country. No. It's
We'll figure it out. Anyway, so, honey.
Yes, dear.
We had drama this week.
I've never said that in my life. I don't know why I just said that. I'm going to take that back.
What?
Yes, dear. I've never said that in my life.
Yes, you have.
No.
Yes.
But that was only in response, like, yes. It wasn't, okay, yes, I'll do it. No, I don't do that. I can't do it. I just can't. I can't.
Well, you just said yes, dear, which is sweet.
Well, but it's
I
like,
say yes, dear.
yes, Deedee. It's like that.
Oh,
Yes,
come
dear.
on.
No, it wasn't like, would you go run, put gas in the car, something, yes, dear. No, I don't do that.
You're not Abner Kravitz. It's not like you're being like
Abner!
So don't worry.
He was pretty forceful. He was like, would you get away from that window? Remember Bewitched? We're talking about Bewitched. They were great.
Yeah, they were. But that's not us, and that's not what it means. So thank you, dear.
You're welcome, honey.
So we had drama this week. We called Steinhardt's because, and they're wonderful. Carl from Steinhardt's came to fix the heater downstairs because we have a big old home, and the furnace is huge downstairs.
Yeah, it's big.
And it's separate than up here. So anyway, it's quite the contraption. It's gigantic, and Steinhardt's are very good about servicing.
Yeah.
So I came, no problem with that.
He wanted to show me what was the issue. There was a condensation pump that was out. When you're heating, it makes condensation, it drips water, and there's a pump that makes it so it doesn't just stay on the floor and mess up your basement.
So before that, I come home. I was gone 5 minutes. I come home.
Well, we were eating
and
next
blood
door.
everywhere. Yeah,
well,
we were
what did you
finishing
think when you
lunch.
first
And
what's
I'm
like?
like, what in the what?
Is that blood?
I think I knew it was blood, but it kept going. I mean, we have like 4 floors.
That's a good thing. Bleeding is not so bad. It's when the bleeding stops.
Dots of blood all the way up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of stairs.
No.
Yes, because it started.
It started on the basement.
It started, and I saw it there first because it was open. Because we have a weird way of getting in the basement. Old buildings are like that.
Well, here's a picture. Here's a picture of what that looks like. And if you look at the picture, you'll see that the top step is actually 2 pieces, which is not a good idea because sometimes that front piece will roll over.
I'll be back.
Well,
you can handle it.
In this case, I can handle it. No kidding. In this case, what happened is I stepped down on that step. I must have put all my weight on the front of the step because that broke. The gentleman, what was his name? Carl, who was here. He was like, "Oh my God!" He thought that I tripped and fell and broke the top step with my butt. He said, "My God, you hit that so hard! Look, you broke it." Because it's 1 inch, probably oak, but it's old, but which actually makes it stronger and harder. Remember, Dream House, Mississippi Loblolly Pine gets stronger with age. But anyway, I stepped on it, and you can see in that picture that broke, and then I fell. So when I fell, I landed on. Thank goodness, I landed on the other part of that step. But I reached up and I grabbed the door, which looks kind of like it's on a pirate ship. Here's a picture of the door. I grabbed the top of that door and I pulled. I didn't cut it. It's odd. I pulled the fingerprints off these 2 fingers, and I fell and I thought, oh man, that could have been awful. And then I was like, oh boy. I've heard people say that before, like you don't know you cut yourself. Like a lot of times you need to be very careful with this. If you do drink wine, when you if you I don't recommend washing the wine glasses with a sponge inside. I recommend putting them in the dishwasher. We don't have a dishwasher up here. You're looking at the dishwasher.
We do have a dishwasher.
But it's not plugged in or hooked up to water or a drain.
New.
It's like an end table is what we have. So if you do that, be very, very careful because oddly enough, the nicer the wine glasses are, the thinner the glass is. They can make that sound. Be very, very careful because I remember many times, I guess my mom must have had a bunch of friends who drank wine because I remember they would come and they would cut this part of their hand really bad. So, but you don't know the reason.
I drink wine all the time. I've never seen anyone do that.
It's because you've never washed the glass.
Well, that's not true.
Well, but so what happens is you're down there in the soapy water, and it happens, and you think, "Oh hell, I broke the glass," and then you look. So I always wondered when people said, they broke a bone, they cut themselves really bad, they did something, and they didn't know it until they saw it. And that's exactly what happened yesterday, because I was like, oh my God, I'm glad I didn't fall down. And it was like, whoa.
So
and I went, I'm sorry, one more. I went like this. And you know how if the wind blows sticky notes and they kind of go,
the flap
that's what
of
was
your
happening
finger.
there on my finger. And the one was just hanging on by a tiny little thread. So much to my later emergency room doctor's chagrin, I told him I gnawed it off. And he said, you what? And I said, well, it was just hanging there. And I didn't think, I'm right-handed, so I couldn't use any scissors. So I gnawed it off. He said,
how many pair of scissors do we have here? I don't know.
I can't use the scissors with my left hand.
All kinds of scissors.
Doesn't matter.
Scissors,
I'm right-handed.
great big scissors. I could have done it. I mean, but you should not gnaw anything.
You could have done it?
Yes.
Ha!
You can't.
Oh, look, pigs just flew by.
That's what I can use scissors
On a piece of skin that's hanging off my. I don't think so.
Well, it's better than gnawing it off.
Why? It's gone. It's fine.
Chew the skin off of your finger.
I prefer gnawing.
The doctor almost threw up.
Doctor. Can't you
see I'm burning.
That's what she put that post on.
So anyway, it was a whole thing. Blood all over the house, all the way up the stairs. And I'm all the way to the top. What is going on
2020, here? It's 45 steps from where I fell to where we are sitting right now.
And then
45 steps. And there was blood on every step and on the landing
and on
the whole way.
The new one, by the way.
What?
There was even a drop on the new couch that we got from Bears. It's gone now, but we still have that to clean up.
Yeah.
So anyway, John survived.
You want to do a little video of that and send it to Tony so they can see that?
I don't know.
It makes me wonder. You see.
I think we did enough bloody videos.
Well, that one you did was absolutely disgusting.
Well, I just want to make sure he went to the doctor, and John said he wasn't going to go. He said, "Oh, I don't need to go," and it's like gigantic holes and blood everywhere. And I'm like, you have to go.
But it stopped. The blood, it stopped bleeding by the.
Well, yeah, they sewed it up.
Well, it had stopped before they did that because I wrapped it up. I did a good job on it because
then you woke up.
It reattached.
You woke up and it was bleeding again.
That's not entirely true. When I went to this one, which is the bad one, that wasn't bleeding again, but the skin was kind of not. The puzzle piece didn't quite fit. But this one, what had happened is when I put the Band-Aid on it, part of the sticky part of the Band-Aid got onto the cut. So when I pulled the Band-Aid off, it pulled the scab off again. So that's why it was bleeding. But here's what I want to tell you. The reason why I didn't fall down the stair, I believe this because this is what Tony Horton, P90X guy, would talk about. He said, you need to do these kinds of workouts so that when you're lifting boxes, or if you should happen to fall down the steps or something, which happens, you'll have enough core strength to be able to, maybe not completely, but you have a much better chance of not falling down a dark staircase into the basement if you work out. So it's not just for health. It's for safety. It really, really is. And what I've been doing lately, I'll have Deedee take a picture, is planks. So I do 6 minutes and not all at once even. I do 3 minutes and 3 minutes of planks while watching a YouTube video about the guitar or golf or something. And I attribute that because I know many, many people who are over 60 who slip and fall, and in the process of breaking their fall, they break something else, or they tear a ligament, or they hurt themselves really, really bad. My brother did that to his knee. I'm not saying my brother is out of shape, but I'm saying that he doesn't do planks in the morning. Hey, Bob, I love you. But he fell on the ice. I think it was this time last year. He slipped on the ice and he went and grabbed something and his knee went out. And it's still out. So I highly recommend some sort of a workout routine. And it can be as simple. You can start doing planks on your knees. You know what a plank is, right? You can start doing it on your knees. Anything to engage your core would be great. And of course, there's the electrocution suit there. There's the
Well,
electrocution
you know
suit.
it's true. So, John, I do the New York Times
Wow.
crossword puzzle every morning. So,
She
John,
does that now. It's pretty amazing.
yeah. Well, on the easy day, I can do it pretty fast. I think it's 27 minutes.
The
Well,
easy day, yeah.
it is easy, and then it gets really crazy hard, and it takes a lot longer.
I'd be like John Wayne and the Shootist. I would, if I got a crossword puzzle from the New York Times a month ago, I would still be doing it, the same one.
Nah.
Oh, yes.
But you did help me with one of the questions because it said, what helps you with your core? And it was planks.
Planks.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, John doing planks, I wouldn't have known it otherwise.
It helps your shoulders. It helps your core, obviously. It helped everything. And, you know, all you're doing
Well,
is
you're in great shape.
you're in a push-up position for 6 minutes.
Well,
and I'll get to where I can do it for 6 minutes. I just
Very
can't yet.
grateful because of those stairs, I mean, look, our home was built in 1975. That was a long time ago. So the stairs in the basement, all the other stairs are great. The stairs in the basement, they're older and they're old wood. So they all,
Well, they're short, too.
they're short. And John is a big guy. So, we just need to replace all that. So I'm so glad he didn't fall all the way down the stairs. That's scary. The blood was scary, but that thought is a lot scarier. So anyway, so the next day,
It's just you saw the blood, but I wasn't there.
right. So that is the very, very good news. And John's like, I'm not going to the doctor. I'm not. And I'm like, you have to go to the ER because his fingers are basically almost torn off. So I'm like, the next morning, how am I going to get him there? And he agreed. So we went to the emergency room. They were great.
Well, I went because you sent the pictures to
Jack
Tammy.
did. Well, Jack did.
And then also Jack Daniels. Well,
I was trying to figure out a way to
but
get him there.
you sent the pictures to Miss Tammy, and she said, "Oh no, he's got to go."
She's the first lady of Madison, and
Yeah.
of course, nursing is her background. And I said to her, I said, don't you think he needs to go to the ER? And she said, yes. And he said, I don't want to go like the night before, but then the next day, I said, you have got to go because
Well, I was worried about the thing. I was worried about infection, and what made me really hear what Deedee was saying about that was that we should have made this a question instead. But Jack Daniels could not open his safe, and he kicked his safe and cut his toe, broke his toe. It never healed, and he actually wound up dying of an infection he got from a wound on his toe. And he was, this is what really got me, 65 years old when that happened. So I'm like, okay, well, all right, I'll go. We don't
need that omen. We don't need that sign to be in red flashing lights.
Right. So the whole thing about, well, I'll just use antiseptic from the inside out. Well, apparently it doesn't work because I don't think Jack Daniels was a teetotaler. And so his whiskey did not help him. So I went, and then the thing I was most nervous about, I can still see it because I've only been to the hospital one time for me. And I was like 9 or 10 years old. I fell off my bicycle and cut my leg. And I remembered that they gave me a shot in the cut so that they could stitch it up and not hurt. But I tell you what, that shot they give you it's lidocaine. When they give you that shot, it's like, ooh, ah. And she pulled this needle out. The needle just kept coming out. She said, it's a long needle, but it's a very light gauge, which was true. But that first time she put that in there, and then she gave me 3 stitches in here, and so steady, so wonderful. They treated me so fantastic. Did a good job. At King's Daughters, right? What's the first name? Norton?
Norton's, yes.
Norton King's Daughters, which is right up the hill here.
Just King's Daughters forever, and then Norton's just.
Well, and King's Daughters Children's Hospital is part of Children's Miracle Network as well, part of all of that. Mm-hmm. So that's been it was a really good experience. But now my brother asks a wonderful question because we're going to see him tomorrow, right? We leave for New York today as we do the podcast. What am I going to do about the show? Because it's like, well, good thing I don't play the guitar. Oh, well, yes, I do. Oh, it's a good thing I don't have a show soon. Oh, well.
Yeah, the doctor said, I wouldn't advise you to play the guitar. And he said, well, I'm going to, and it's going to happen in New York.
Going to Manhattan
Friday.
To do a one-man show on my guitar Friday.
It's like, okay, well, okay.
Good luck with that. So it's going to be, because these are the fingers I use. I don't use a pick. I may have to use a pick because I kind of use a combination of the little bottom fat part of your finger, which is missing on these two fingers, and my fingernails on this hand. I use my thumb. People see that and they go, "Whoa, what are you doing? You're like a cokehead?" I said, "No, you moron. I'm a guitar player. That's what I used to pick." So anyway, it's going to be interesting. One other fitness thing I want to recommend, and this is not, we don't have any sponsors here. We're not those sort of people, but this has been great. When Bowflex first came out with that whole workout bench and pull down and all that stuff that they had, it's really a fantastic way to get a full workout. Well, they ventured out into the treadmill and elliptical and stair machines, kind of like Life Cycle and all those other folks. But we have, here's a picture of that. We have a Bowflex
on our back porch.
multi-trainer, and I'm going to do it when we get done with this podcast. I'm going to go out there and do it. It's 27 degrees, but I'm going to go out there and do it. You've got to be dedicated. So what that does is it builds up your heart. It builds up your cardio. Because this time last year, I'd be out there for only like 20 minutes. I'd be out there. I would jog down to the river and jog a little bit and then jog back. And, I could do it, but it's slippery out there. The chances of me not slipping at some point or another and breaking something at my ripe old age, or really any ripe old age, the chances of me doing that are great.
Well,
So why do that?
When it's so cold and it happens so quickly, look, Madison has the best street department in the world. I mean, flawless, streets beautiful, Main Street, the prettiest one in the world. It just is. So John dropped me off at Red Rooster to get a couple breakfast sandwiches. And when I came back, I almost slipped on the ice. That's how fast it accumulates because it's only 20-something degrees outside.
Yeah, it's cold.
It's cold. So John's right. It's better to be safe on the back porch with the Bowflex.
Yeah, or, I realize, these pieces of equipment are expensive. It was like, I think it was like $1,600, maybe $2,000. It's a lot of money. Mm-hmm. I understand that, but you can go join Planet Fitness for, what is it, $20 a month?
I don't know, but I think we should. I can't do it in 20 degrees. I was doing it, and then it got too cold. I'm a wimp. John can do it. I can. Sorry, well,
great. I run up there and
so I'm not dedicated.
And do it. I'm not good at public fitness.
Yeah, but they have an app and it tells you if there's anybody up there. And
then I can only go when there's nobody there. That's just anyway.
It's probably not that busy. I think we should try it.
I like to work out on my schedule. Thank you very much. And Planet Fitness has a great way. It's like a key club. You can go whenever you want. It's 24/7, I believe. Mm-hmm. So you can go in the middle of the night. I'm a morning workout kind of a guy instead, but you could do that. But here, do something. Do something, and don't do something just. There's this feeling people have that, okay, I'm going to get into shape, and then that's it.
If you make it too hard, they stop.
Yeah.
I mean, because of Bowflex, I like it. It's okay because I have one where you can travel around the world, and it looks like you're going through Belgium or
you're jogging next to the
Paris or whatever. So that's pretty cool when it's not 23 degrees. John doesn't
care. For me, after the first 3 minutes, I'm sweaty anyway, so the temperature doesn't matter. But the thing here is do something. Do something. Oh, what I was saying before I got interrupted.
Mister, I don't interrupt. I just start talking. Okay, maybe I did. Go ahead.
You want that T-shirt. The girls wear, I don't interrupt, I just start talking. The guys wear, she doesn't interrupt, she just starts talking. I think that'd be a great T-shirt. That would sell. But here's the myth: is you're going to work out and you're going to get in shape, and then for some reason, I don't know why, a lot of people think that once you get in shape, it just stays there. No, you have got to maintain it. A decision to get fit is a decision you make for the rest of your life. You can stop. I mean, I stop and start, but you've got to have this. You can't have a mindset of, okay, I'm gonna get in my fighting weight, and then somehow magically you're going to stay that way without working out.
It is hard.
Doesn't work that way.
You have to be creative in winter. And one thing we did, this lovely lady Joy
fell down the steps.
Yeah, this lovely lady Joy, she invited us John to speak to their group. And it was Palm Springs. And I'm like, oh, Palm Springs, it's warmer there. I told John, I said, John, honey. He said, yes. It didn't take long because we're going to leave New York, then go to Palm Springs.
Golf.
We can play golf. Oh, do you think you're going to have trouble?
No, I think I'll actually be better because I have a tendency to squeeze too hard with these fingers.
My.
I can't do that now.
Well, that's going to be
Damn.
interesting, but it'll be warmer weather. It's
Damn.
going to be a lovely group that
I
John
won't
introduced me
overswing.
to. Our type of people. We like all types of people unless they're anti-American.
We don't like those.
People are quite pro-American, so it's that kind of group.
Do you know if you're anti-American and you're somewhere else, that's okay. Why
Stay
not?
there.
But if you left your country because you hate it,
and then we give
and you came to the promised land and we gave you shit,
free stuff, and you still hate us, bye.
and then you take a poo on us, get the hell out. What's that about? I don't understand. That's happening more and more, and I think I'm not quite sure how we eradicate that part. It's a lot of the folks that came over here illegally.
I don't understand it. If you're so anxious to get here, and then we give you free stuff, which you don't deserve anyway. The people who deserve free stuff are people who can't work, like if they're mentally challenged or physically challenged.
Or our veterans who are wounded warriors who we need to take care of them. We need to somehow let them know that their sacrifice was not in vain. Hard to say that now when you got homeless veterans on the street, and you got people from other parts of the world that came in here for nothing and got something when they got a goodie bag when they came here. I
mean, look at everything going on in Minnesota. That even all the legislators.
That's Tim, that moron's fault.
The governor and
the fish stinks from the head down, Tim.
They have all these people telling on him now, saying, "Oh yeah, it's all this fraud." So the Somalis and others, people came from other countries that are not of our ilk, and they vote for him. They vote Democrat because they give him free stuff. That's not what America should be. And Donald Trump is all over it. Donald Trump is all over it.
Is it currying? Is that the word? Currying favor? To curry favor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when
Biden, more like it.
When Biden was letting all these people in, I was thinking about Mexico. And the flaw in the slaw, as Jimmy Best would say, for that is that all the folks that were coming through Del Rio and coming across the Rio Grande, my initial assumption was, well, these are all people from Mexico and Central America, South America, maybe, but at least from our collective continental soil. But then I realized, well, wait a minute. No, the folks you see coming across, they're from everywhere. They're just using that path as a way to get here. Because my thought was, they're making a tremendous mistake. Because as far as a people go, I live in California for 35 years. I've not seen a harder working people than the Mexican demographic. Or more talented. My God, the way and so I thought, the assumption on the Democrat side is that they're going to vote the way they want because, of course, they want free stuff. No, I've never met a Hispanic family who wanted free stuff. I've met many Hispanic families who were so very, very proud that they worked so hard for the stuff that they got, and they have pride in it. But once we got over 15, 16 million people coming in, I realize now that what they were planning on doing actually worked. That's why you've got to, if you have the opportunity to vote against allowing illegals to be counted in the census or for illegals to be able to vote, do everything you can, unless you're happy with your tax dollars and your hard-earned money going to people who refuse to work. If you're happy with that,
going overseas. Try going overseas and supporting people who hate us.
Do something. You want to be philanthropic? Then study Tunnel to Tower, study Wounded Warrior, study something. Give money to an animal shelter. Do something that you choose to do. Because what is wound up happening, and I'm starting to see the ads on television, which I think are really good. There's an investment company, I don't know who they are, but one of the things they say is, We look at these companies to make sure that we're not investing in a company that we disagree with their fundamental policies. We don't invest in
There are
companies
groups.
that pay for abortions. We
Yeah,
don't
they
invest.
look at companies to see if they're based in America and it helps Americans. And they say these are the companies that do that. And that's
Well, and
right.
also to see what their policies are. Because there are
Sure.
American companies that are just fine, that support things I don't want to give money to, and Deedee didn't want to give money to. So guess what? We don't invest in them. But if you don't do, pardon me again, if you don't do your research, you may be giving a lot of money to Planned Parenthood. You have no idea.
Right now, I think Donald Trump they have cracked down on Planned Parenthood for sure. And basically, I think with that situation, it comes down to the states. And it should. Donald Trump is more cracking down more actually on these international people that hate us, and we're giving money, all the fraud, USAID, and the money in Minnesota that would go to Somalia. But when we're dealing with foreign entities, that's even scarier. I mean, at least, like John has said many times, it's better to at least know your enemy.
Yeah.
But these folks that we're giving money to Somalia that want to kill us, or they want to harm us, or they want to run our country, that's scary stuff. And we're funding it.
Right. Yeah, they want to come here and change the country. I read something just this morning. It was great.
So Donald Trump, to answer your question in a very long way, I think he's cracking down on all the bad stuff. He's a great president. I mean, I've always thought George Washington was the best president, but I tell you what, Donald Trump's looking pretty darn good.
Well, you couldn't compare George Washington to
Yeah.
anyone because he was the first.
Yeah. Well, and because of he truly, no, first, John Adams was 2,
Okay.
Jefferson 3, Madison 4, Monroe 5,
She'll go on.
Quincy Adams 6,
She'll go all the way.
Jackson 7, and I'll stop there. But I do know them.
She knows all of them and all the state
But
capitals.
yes, I do. But I
And all that.
love George Washington, because we should have. I don't know how we won that war, but we
People
did.
are telling you the French
Well, they helped.
helped a lot.
They
They helped a lot. Thank you, French. Chérie, fais-moi peur.
I always tell John, people always give the French a hard time, and we do too. However, in the end, I always say, look, but we got to give them a pass, because without their help, we wouldn't have won.
Without the French,
Revolutionary
without
War.
the French, there ain't no us. There's a song. You hear a lot of things, especially on X. You'll hear all kinds of terrible things about Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth and on and on and on. Christy Nome, everybody, do your research, because watch a speech of Donald Trump. Watch a Q&A, because if you don't watch one of these impromptu press conferences where all of a sudden the president of the United States invites all of the press to ask him anything they want to ask, in full disclosure, he is truly this is the most transparent administration we've ever had. You may say, it's transparent because he's lying. I don't believe he's lying. I do my research, and I think first and foremost, what he runs everything through a filter. Is this good for America? Is this good for Americans? If it's not, what power do I have? Here's the difference between him and Mamdani. Well, one's a president, one's a mayor. Okay, but Mamdani made promises about things that he was going to fix,
But he can't.
and programs he was going to implement, that his power as mayor, or his position as mayor, doesn't give him the power to do.
No, the mayor
Now,
was
Donald
finalized.
Trump is pushing the envelope, or envelope, depending on where you're from, on all of that, because the only thing, the only opposition the Democrats can come up with is, no, that's not within his purview. Okay, well, let's find out. Let's ask the Supreme Court and find out, because like what's happening now with who in the world cares more about the people on a boat that's delivering fentanyl or any number of illegal substances that will kill you? These people are delivering this to our soil so that it can kill. Now, every bit of fentanyl probably is not intended to kill somebody, but every bit of fentanyl certainly can and has killed hundreds of thousands of people in the
And
last
Mark Kelly's
4 or
telling
5
people,
years.
servicemen, don't listen. Don't listen. Don't screw you, buddy. I mean, I hate to be rude that way, but when you are a member, when you have taken an oath to serve your country, and then you tell your fellow
Yeah,
members of, you know, what is he? I don't know I guess he's Air Force because he was an astronaut.
he's a piece of dog shit.
Well, that's true. Let's just
Pardon my
leave it at that.
language. I'm sorry, dogs. I didn't mean to insult you.
But
Yeah,
your
he's
fellow servicemen and women, hey, don't listen to the commander in chief. Hey, don't listen.
don't. What do they
to the
call the
Secretary
orders?
of
Don't
War.
illegal orders. Well, here's a simple way. If you are wondering what that's about, or if you don't know what's going on there, this is a former, you know, really ever former military, because he can be pulled back in, and then court-martialed. This was a high-ranking member of the military who was advising all of the military to disobey direct orders that they feel are illegal orders.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Well, who the hell? But really? So then you do that. That's not a slippery slope. That's a cliff. Then you've got somebody saying, "No, sir, I'm not going to shine my shoes. I'm not going to do KP duty because that's an illegal order." Why? Because you say so? Who the hell are you? Who the hell is this guy that's saying that? So he is not just inviting, he is enticing insubordination within our military at a time where there are foreign powers that want to kill us. There's always going to be a time where foreign powers want to kill us. Here's the easiest way for me to understand it and for me to say it. I think the most illegal orders ever given in the military were when Commander-in-Chief Joe Biden ordered the military out of Afghanistan before the civilian population. So he left the civilians there to be slaughtered. Now, if ever there was a time where the commanders of those folks, because the folks that are in the trenches, they don't have time to make a decision, and quite frankly, they don't have the right to make a decision. They are GI Joes. GI means government issue. When you join the military, you become a possession for your.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
No, you are own. You do what you're told. Do what you're told. Nobody says, do you like these orders or not? You do what you're told.
Well, when we say we thank you for your service, it's service to your country.
Absolutely, a service to your country. But GI does mean government issue. Sorry, that's just what it means. So when he ordered the military out of there and all those people died, not just the 13 we hear about.
The bad guys got all our guns and all our stuff, and great, thank you, buddy. Well
These
done.
were absolutely orders that any sensible person, if given the right, would have ignored. But can you imagine? Try to put your, help, Mr. Wizard, put your magic glasses on and imagine what would have happened if when Joe Biden, within the first 60 days of his administration, I think, gave the order to evacuate the military out of Afghanistan. Can you imagine what they would have said about us if Republicans said, you can't do that, don't do that, that's an illegal order? My God, their heads would have come off. And now that's exactly what they're advocating. It's insane. They want it both ways in every conceivable area. These folks want it both ways.
But Donald Trump is such a boss. I mean, he's basically saying anything with auto pen out. Not.
How great is that? Yeah.
Not working anymore. So we'll see how that goes. Also, Donald Trump is just absolutely, he literally called Elon, whatever, Somali woman, she's garbage, they're garbage. And she's like, I'm not going anywhere. And then when marrying her brother to get, it's all gross. It's all wrong. And I agree with the fact that I think you should be born here to serve. I'm sorry. I mean, served in the capacity of member of Congress. I don't know. I just believe that. And some people may think that's harsh, but I don't. I think you should have to be born here, unless it's a military
I think maybe
base.
right now, because of there's so much turmoil and so many things at stake and so many questions, that yes, but by the same token, I can't believe I'm saying this, but some of the wisest counsel I've been hearing about how great this country is have come from two very unlikely sources, and one of them is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I don't care.
I can't,
I don't think he should have been able to run for governor.
well, I don't think
And he can't run for president, thank goodness, because I don't think he's wise. I think he says stupid stuff. I am not a fan. He was a terrible governor. He rails on Trump. He rails on Republicans. Forget him. The Republicans got him elected to governor of California, and he sucks. Plus, he's bad to women. Forget him.
Okay, forget
Allegedly.
him. Forget him.
But I think we know.
But lately,
don't mess.
Don't
have babies with your housekeeper when you're married to a lovely woman. I'm just saying. We don't have a housekeeper.
Obviously.
Thank you very much.
Well,
because he's talking about washing dishes. I cook, he washes dishes.
Washington dishes. What?
Did you hear what I said?
I did. That's funny.
That I cooked and you wash dishes.
Yeah, that's funny.
That is funny.
I don't personally believe whoever cooks it should have to clean the dishes. Unless, of course, I cook it. And then I still, because
we have a lovely household and we have a lovely life, and it's just
we just have slippery steps.
We just have slippery steps. We have very old basements
but
that need to be replaced.
So I don't know about the.
Oh, I do. I think you should be born on American soil, or look, I get it. If you were born
at the very least, come in the proper way.
Air Force Base in Germany or something, I think that's fine because I think that's considered American soil.
Yeah. Born at a consulate somewhere.
Embassy, right.
Yeah, an embassy.
But no, I'm hardcore. I think that you have to be an American to run for office and to be in office. Forget Arnold. That was a mistake. And these Somalis, bye.
The thing that he said that I appreciated was he did come in here the right way. What he did when he got here, who knows? But he did come in the right way, and he advocates that if you're going to come into this country, don't gripe about it, don't complain about it, and come in the right way. And come in the right way. Well, but he came in the right way. He paid the admission to be able to have an opinion. If you just come in on a boat,
I don't think he should be governor.
Well, but it's too late. He's already been governor, and that's it. Yeah, he didn't do anything for the motion picture industry. Okay, enough about Arnold. I used to do a very good Arnold impersonation. But anyway, enough about him.
American,
Austrian.
I think Austrian. Yeah.
Yeah. So where are we? Oh, so now they're griping about, and they just make stuff up. Pete Hegseth, as far as I can see, never said, kill the survivors. That's what the left is saying. Oh, he's terribly saying kill us. Well, number one, it's war. This is not fishing. We're not out there deep sea fishing. These are people who are bringing extremely poisonous, dangerous, awful, kill you and your children drugs into our country. And his order from the President of the United States is make sure they don't get here. So I think he said...
He didn't do anything wrong.
No, it's war.
And I think they said it was someone else anyway, but it doesn't matter if it was him. It's like, look, you guys are jerks.
He's the Secretary of War.
And if you're a part of that, you're going down. And if you die, you die. That's your problem.
Yeah, what is it with people? Oh, if you watch, you haven't seen these. They're so funny. There's these things on YouTube where people come up and their door, what do they call them? The package pirates or something. Amazon pirates, porch pirates.
Yeah.
They come up and they grab the box and they get to their car and it blows up.
And then they're going to sue.
And it's got paint, like that.
They're going to sue the homeowner.
And sometimes they come back up to the camera. I know where you live. You can't do this. What do you mean I can't do this? This is my porch. This is my package. You are stealing it. You are stupid enough to steal this package and it blows up in your face. Guess what? That's your fault. That's not my fault. My biggest question is, where do I get one of these packages?
Well, unfortunately, we don't have that problem here. We leave sleds and pumpkins and stuff outside our doors. It's never bothered.
There go the sleds and pumpkins.
No. Well, we've got cameras, too. I mean, where we are, there are cameras everywhere. It's like New York. It's silly to try it. But...
Everywhere?
Yeah, pretty much. Not right outside our windows, up on the penthouse floor.
Oh, goodness gracious. But anyways, but it's the mentality.
Yeah.
These people...
You owe me, no matter what.
...actually feel like they are entitled to steal your stuff. And if you do anything to, here's a crossword puzzle word, thwart that, then you'll somehow get in trouble. Well, not in Indiana, I don't believe. I believe in Indiana, even if, like, if somebody comes into your car, your car is an extension of your domicile, right?
Yeah, it's castle
Domicile? Castle.
They both work.
Yeah. So if you come into my car, you're in my house. That's it.
Yeah.
Done. Over.
It's one of the most gun-friendly states.
Yeah.
So, hey.
But there is this very strange, it's this entitlement issue again. Because the people that go really irate now, I realize some of this stuff may be staged. You know, maybe it's not real. But this one, police officers came because he called the cops. How stupid can you be? I'm going to steal something from your porch. And then when it blows up in my face, I'm going to call the cops on, and I'm going to wait for them. So he waited for them, and the cops showed up. And they're like, well, whose package was it? Where was it? It was on the porch. Well, do you live here? No. Well, were you stealing it? No, I thought it was mine.
Do you have anything positive to talk about?
I'm positive that guy's an idiot.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about something positive and talk about how wonderful the show is going to be Friday night in New York at the Green Room 42. John is going to play through it. He has injured fingers. He was just in the emergency room yesterday, but he's going to perform a show in New York, the Green Room 42. We would love for you to show. And then this is a private thing, but then John's going to perform in Palm Springs. You going to practice, honey?
I can only use my thumb.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. That's for my brother Bob, because that's what my dad would always play. Our dad. Oh, hell.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, but I mean.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, honey, I admire you.
Maybe,
you know, some would have called off the show. John's not going to.
No, the show must go on.
The show must go on. So we're going to do that. And New York's fun. And this, I want to be careful because the new mayor's coming in the first of the year. So I think this might be the last good Christmas for a while. We'll find out. But yeah, he will not have taken office until January 1st. He won't. So it's still relatively, in fact, I'd say very safe. Last time we were in New York, we felt fine. It was all good.
Oh, yeah.
And during the Christmas season, you have a lot of people from all over the world come in, and it's really lovely. It's great to be in New York at Christmas time. So come on over to the Green Room 42.
42.
And see John play with, I don't know, 8 fingers?
8 fingers.
Yeah.
We'll see. They're healing pretty quickly, but I'm not going to be able, unless I can get to my fingernail and not get to the tip of my finger. That's going to be hard to do.
Don't nod
So
off.
I might not off.
But I do want to thank all of you because you gave a lot of suggestions. Some of them were insanely bad, like putting cayenne pepper on the wound.
Oh, and
or
dirt.
Using duct tape.
That's not bad.
Rubbing dirt on it.
That's bad.
Yeah.
I think.
Pouring lighter fluid or brake fluid on it.
Windex. Oh, brake fluid. Somebody
said brake fluid. Windex. All these crazy things are like, Deedee's overreacting, and you just put a Band-Aid on it. Well, guess what? I wasn't. So, but most of the women, I'd say 99% of the women are like, no, you need to get to the emergency room. You need to get there, have them take a look. But a lot of the guys were like, oh, no, I just wrap it up with a paper towel and rubber band and, throw some Windex on
cayenne pepper.
Somebody did say Windex.
Can you imagine putting cayenne pepper on an open? No, my God, you'd have to pull me off the ceiling.
Yeah.
But infection is real.
Things.
Infection is real, so you have to make sure you fight that off. One of my dear friend from Dukes, Al Wyatt Jr., passed away. It was a staph infection. It happens all the time, like Jack Daniels. And also, by the way, when I got my tetanus shot, What did I ask the nurse?
Is there anything else in that shot? He did. He goes, look, I want to make sure it's just that because we've gotten a lot of blowback about, I can't believe you got a tetanus shot. That's like getting a COVID shot. Well, I don't know about that.
No, because I
hope
asked,
not.
I was specific. I said, there's nothing
What?
like the vaccine, the COVID vaccine. There's nothing bundled in this shot, right? It's just a tetanus shot. She said, just a tetanus shot. I said, okay, great.
But
Because
a lot of people are up in arms about that. How could you do that? Like you're a traitor, you're anti-vaccine, but you're going to get the tetanus shot? I was a little baffled by that.
yeah, I am too. Because I got a tetanus
Are
shot.
we wrong about that? I mean, we don't want you to die. We don't want you to get an infection. We don't want you to get lockjaw. I've never heard of a tetanus shot being a problem. But boy, a lot of people were concerned about
Yeah,
it.
educate us. I haven't heard about a tetanus shot being bad either. I got when I cut my leg when I was 9 years old, and I got the lidocaine shot. I got a tetanus shot because I cut it on metal. And they always, if you cut your, this is what I always heard. Now maybe I'm wrong, but I work out in the yard a lot, so especially in the studio era, I would be moving pieces of roofing and a lot of aluminum, a lot of metal, a lot of things with nails in them, and I was always very, very careful. I wore work gloves to not cut myself on any of that stuff, and if I did, my first thought was always, when did I get my last tetanus shot? And they ask here, and they say basically, if you can't remember, then it was more than 5 years ago. You should get one every 10 years, they say. Especially if you do the kind of work where you're messing around with old stuff. That door is from, like Deedee said, from 1875.
I am positive those are the original stairs to the basement.
Yeah, so there's no telling what could be living in there.
Yeah,
so if we're missing something about the tetanus shot, then tell me.
They did.
Well, but all they did is they said,
they thought it was like the vax.
Tetanus shot bad. No, it's not. It's not the vaccination. And I asked. Okay, so it was not the vaccination. Do not believe in the vaccination. Never got it. Never will. Listen to a song.
You didn't even get a flu shot.
No, at one time in my life, I got a flu shot, and they said it's going to make you feel like you have the flu, maybe. And it did for about a week, which is about as long as the flu would have lasted. So why didn't I just get the flu?
Did they give you a tetanus shot when you were a kid? I don't remember ever getting a tetanus shot.
Well, I had a handle of my bicycle cut through my leg.
Yeah, well, that's different. But I'm like, they don't just give kids tetanus shots, do they? I don't remember ever getting one.
I was a kid a long time ago. I don't know. But I got one then, and then I got one. I probably had, that might have just been my third, maybe my fourth tetanus shot in my life. I honestly don't remember. But I do remember that I got one in Louisiana because I cut my hand on a piece of metal roofing. And so there you go.
Better safe than sorry. I mean, one thing, and again, thank you all for your stories and your encouragement and well wishing to John. But a lot of folks did lose fingers, did lose toes, did lose feet because they got the infection and then they said flesh eating bacteria, all kinds of terrible things. Infection is real. An infection can kill you, and then you can get sepsis, and you're gone. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Shot. I mean, look,
not that shot.
Very anti-jab. Believe me, we don't do any of that. But I mean, if this is it, maybe we were wrong. I don't think so. When John asked them, "Is there anything else in the shot other than this?" They said, "Absolutely not." I believe them. They're gonna lie.
Absolutely. And I take my I got these big old horse pill antibiotics. Supposed to take two a day, one in the morning, one at night, for 7 days, I think. And she said, take them until they're gone. They always say that. But this time, because this particular one was a deep. I saw something in there.
Exposed. I mean, they had to sew it up.
That felt good. Yep, had to sew it up with this little round needle, like upholstery. It was like an upholstery needle. It was.
And if you all saw the videos, I was freaking out that you were going to be traveling today. Can you imagine with an open wound at the airport, moving your luggage and having germs there? Oh my gosh, there was no way we could do that. So I was trying to think, how in the world am I going to get John to the emergency room? I was going to do it one way or the other. But fortunately, the Jack Daniels story worked.
Yep. Whiskey works.
Unless you have 2 holes in your fingers and then you need medical attention.
I'm surprised somebody didn't say, just stick your fingers in some bourbon.
They did.
Oh, they did?
Oh, yeah. We
Well, in the
had.
Westerns, they'd pour it into the gunshot wound, right? Or the arrow, right? Pour it in. And gunpowder and
Then you drink it. Or you drink it and then you pour it on the wound.
or in the comedy westerns, they say it's not for him, it's me, it's a doctor, right?
But yeah, but many people said, oh, whiskey works. No, I'm a believer that if you start to, because I don't think I've been sick the entire time we've been together. I just don't get sick.
Right.
And I drink whiskey, especially if I start to feel bad, which has been a long time. The last time I remember starting to feel like a little fluish or whatever, long ago in New York City, maybe 2002 or something. And then if you get hot toddies, fixes it. For me, anyway. Maybe
That's whiskey or bourbon and
because I'm Scott Irish. I mean, because that's just like what cures us.
and honey, yeah, honey and lemon,
And boy, is that good.
and it's a good thing.
If you start feeling badly,
tickle in your throat,
just go to the closest Irish pub if you've got one, or just make your own. And that's what it is. Hot water, cloves, those are good too.
If you go to a real Irish pub and just tell them I'm
so
feeling
good.
a little tickle in my throat, they'll
They'll
fix
just-
you right
yeah.
up. They'll fix it right away. They will.
But those are the best.
Yep.
Toddies.
If you don't drink, ginger tea is really good for that too. There's another tea called throat coat that's good. That'll help you with it if you don't. If
Fright night.
Fright night. If you don't drink, then you can still do the honey and the lemon in hot water, and it will help. I just think there's every time I've gone to the recording studio, I have bourbon with me or whiskey with me. There is a difference, and I will gargle with it. I will then swallow it, but it does cut on the show tomorrow night. I'm going to have bourbon there because I don't do shows every week anymore. So when I do it about halfway through, I start getting a little like this. So drink a little whiskey, cuts right through it. I did a show called The Civil War on tour with BB and CC Winans. Winans. I've never, pardon me, y'all. I've never been able to say that name right. And they don't drink. So what they did before a show is they ate Doritos.
Ew.
Yep, and potato chips.
Ew.
And they did.
I like potato chips, but you'd think you were going to sing. Why would you eat chips?
Well, they said that, and they didn't chew it into like a fine. They would chew it a little bit and swat. This sounds terrible, but these are two of the greatest singers in the world. They would eat the potato chips, and they said that the potato chips, as it went down, would kind of scrape the gunk. I know it sounds terrible. I'd much rather drink it.
Ew. Well, haven't you all had a potato chip and you didn't quite chew it enough, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to choke on it?
Yeah.
That is the worst feeling because it's like, oh no. I don't know what's wrong with those people, but they do sing well.
They sing amazing. Amazing. Good show. Civil War. What?
Well, I just wanted to congratulate John and thank him for going to the emergency room because I didn't want to lose him and I knew I could if he didn't go. However, I was going to do anything I had to do to get him there. I had plan A, B, C, and D, D. So
I finally just gave up, but I remembered my buddy Al Wyatt Jr. I remembered she told me the story of Jack Daniels, and I thought, I've heard this enough times that
infection is real.
Just because the fingers, because this was
I don't feel anything. And I'm
this
like,
was already knitting itself back together. The human body is amazing. This one, there's no flap because I gnawed it off. But if I were to take this bandage off now, I'll bet there's a 16th of an inch or so that's already grown back. Here's the amazing thing. I was joking, I could rob a liquor store and not leave any fingerprints. That part was gone. And when it grows back, which it's already doing, I'll have the same fingerprints on there. How is that possible?
Well, see, I thought it was a problem that you couldn't feel anything. I'm like, that's a problem. I don't know why, but whenever.
No. I just said it didn't hurt.
Whatever. Yeah, it should have been hurting because it was a big deal. And I'm like, that is bad news. Like it's like dead, like dying. And that's what happens with infection too. If a part of your body dies, you might die because you can't have anything in your body that's dead and it's going to spread to the rest. Well, it is.
I just realized my computer, I can put in I think I can do either one, but a lot of times it just asks me to do the fingerprint thing.
Oh,
on the power button.
well,
That ain't happening.
I think that's just very simply gangrene. I mean, if something dies and it's in your body, you're going to die eventually if you don't get it out. So I'm glad you're not like Jack Daniels.
Cheery note there. Give me some
Well,
of that.
but at the hospital, look, she scraped all of that off of his finger.
Ooh, she said, "I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to clean it up now."
Oh, off his finger, and then sewed up the rest, and all of that was still there. That would have absolutely been an infection. There's no doubt about it. And you think you're not going to get even more in an airport? We love the Cincinnati airport.
Oh, look, we're out of time.
No, we're not.
We are. We're over a minute. We're over an hour.
Oh.
Yep, we're over an hour. Sorry, we got to go.
Well,
what?
We want to wish you
a Merry Christmas,
a wonderful December. Leading up, we have the green and my red or whatever. And remember,
I do. I'm wearing green.
Yeah, and remember the hat giveaway. And please be patient, folks, because we've got some hats on back order. We've got to make a trip to the post office, but you will get your hats. Happy with a friendly reminder. Hey, I got like that, Sherlock Holmes hat, and I haven't
Please do
received
that.
it yet.
Please do that. In fact,
because we're super busy, but we want you to get your hat, and you will. So our apologies, especially during the Christmas season when the post office and our post office
flooded.
is the best, but they are busy and they are flooded. So be patient, but you will get it.
Yep.
And we're happy to give those away. Hope to see you Friday night, December 5th.
All right, December 5th. Oh, and by the way, it's going to be live streamed as well.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a little, we'll put a link in the description down there.
Yeah.
It costs something.
Not much.
But it's a live stream. And then I have one other question. We're talking about T-shirts because of this whole thing. A dear friend of ours that we both knew before we knew each other, his name was Daniel Quinn. He has since passed on. He's in a show. If you haven't seen, it's called Catalina Island now. When we shot it, it was called 26 Miles, but you can find it on your television. He's the drummer. But he used to say he was going to go to, there was a Dollar General store down the street, and he called it Dollar and Gabbana. So during this whole thing, I said, I'm just going to go to Dollar and Gabbana, get some Band-Aids and some Neosporin.
But we shortened to Dollar Gabbana.
Dollar Gabbana?
That's what you would say. You would not say Dollar and Gabbana. You'd say Dollar.
This is kind of Dollar and Gabbana. Okay.
So
we're talking about.
It's a Dollar General store.
Dollar Gabbana.
But John's like, I'm going to get bigger Band-Aids at the Dollar Gabbana store. And people love that. It was funny.
That and Neosporin is a funny word. So that was it. Got any Neosporin? So we're thinking about very limited run T-shirts about Dollar and Gabbana. I think it's Dollar and
Yes,
Gabbana.
but we were saying Dollar Gabbana, or you were. And here's the other thing to end the show on. Again, if there are any places in the country you think we should visit, will be great, or you'd like to host us, or someone who has a great venue for the 50 states who are, let us know. We have had many really great inquiries.
Yep.
Also, John is going to do a calendar, like with his shirt off and stuff. It'll be fabulous. So
this is a discussion.
No,
this is
it's
not
happening.
This is not.
Did you see how good John looked whenever he showed
this
the band?
This is a discussion.
The shirt off almost, and everybody loved it. So I think we need to do a calendar because John is in such good shape. He should show it off. And
look at the time.
All kinds of people loved it, and they said it should be a poster and a calendar. They said they still had posters of you. So we're totally doing it. So let us know your ideas of how John should dress scantily.
Or not. Stop it. We're going to leave you now. We're going to leave you now with a beautiful picture of the first snow in Madison. The first snow in Madison. I took this picture yesterday morning. And our first snow. We hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Keep what? Oh no. Keep
calendar, ladies.
Keep doing your research. Be aware of what's going on in your neighborhood and your country and your world. And we will see you next week, good Lord willing, and the Ohio River don't rise. You take care. This has been Drinks with Deedee.
And John. With
take care. No.
And the calendar. February. Oh, yeah. It's coming.